Hey y'all, I'm back with a Project Life and Scrapbook process video for the Hip Kit Club for February 2017. And right now I'm working on my Project Life spread and I'm just getting my pictures in order. I'm working on week 27, although I think I probably put week 7 on the thumbnail, but that's okay. So anyway, I'm working on week 27 and I am setting out some cards that are exclusive to the Hip Kit Club, but I'm also setting out some pattern papers that are cut to size. I also used one piece of the pink cardstock from her cardstock kit. And some of the photos are a little, so I don't always print on my Canon selfie because I do have a Canon Pixma 2, but a lot of these photos, I still have Canon selfie paper, and so I'm using that up, and I'll kind of just go back and forth between the two printers. But this one, I printed a few, I guess, quote unquote, 3x4 sized pictures, but I cut them down a little bit smaller so that they can fit nicely onto the cards. Everyone who has a Canon selfie knows that it doesn't actually print 4x6 photos, so to stick them in the pocket as is kind of they're going to be loose, and so you have to add some sort of embellishment or something in order to get them to keep them tight. So I used that unintentionally. I used that week/weekend paper for my title card, and then I realized the word week was right there. So I was like, let me highlight that and use that as my title. And so I highlighted that with I think Oh Say Can You See from, it was one of the color kits, and it was the Shimmers Mist. And I've already adhered all my photos, and now I'm simply going to start embellishing. I did work on my title card, and I do usually work on that first, and then I start to embellish around my photos. Looking through the sticker book that we got, it is from the Oh My Heart collection by Paige Evans, and I found a cute little clipboard, and I'm going to use the alphas in the sticker book to spell out museum. I am documenting a day at the museum with me and my daughter and my sister, and it was right after our beach trip, actually. And so I think we went like to the museum the next day or the day after we got back. I think it was her first time, if I'm not mistaken, and so she was sort of kind of walking, but not comfortably, and so since she has been obviously since she has been walking for a long time now, she's been back a few times and loves the museum. So okay, so I stamped down this stamp that says important from this stamp we got in the I think it was the Project Life kit, and it's the Oh My Heart collection. And I used Stays on ink, thinking that if I stamped it on that glossy label from the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams little sticker sheet there, that it would stamp like perfectly, but it actually moved around a little bit. And so I decided to stamp it right onto a piece of cardstock and then cut it out and then put it right on top of that label. That way I can still get the look that I wanted, but I'm not worried about it smearing. I'm adding a few chipboard pieces from the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams, which a lot of the embellishments that I use are from that collection, with the exception of the Oh My Heart pieces, the puffy stickers, and I think the stickers that we got. I'm moving on to the second half of this spread, and I'm looking at some of the pictures from July 4th. I had a lot of pictures this week, and you'll see that I set a couple aside, and that's because I'm going to have to go back and work on an insert later, just because I still wanted to include those photos, but I just felt like I needed to have a whole other insert for those. And so I focused mainly on July 4th on this particular spread, and I'm just getting my cards together. I did cut up a few of I'm cutting up one now, but before that I cut up a few of the Project Life cards that we were able to print. And so I went ahead and cut up another one, and I thought that looked nice. And I have a photo up at the top. It's me and my husband and my dad were playing with Snapchat, or my dad wasn't. I was like telling him to smile and making him look at me so that I could and he didn't really know what I was doing. But anyway, so I'm going to use that even though it's not like an actual 4x6 photo. I'm still going to use it, but I'm going to add some things here in a second. So that one picture of my daughter sleeping in the car, she has a book open, and I love that that captured. She loves books. I know a lot of kids do, but she probably just from a young age was really into flipping through them and like reading to herself and that kind of thing. And so I added a couple little books from the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams collection, and added a little. I think I added a little either chipboard sticker or just a flat cardstock sticker. So for this top card, it's not really a title card because I already have the title on the other side. Um, but I decided to add a little something just different. I added a couple little pieces just to look like they were hanging banners. So I added some of the little washi tape from that Oh My Heart sticker pack. And then I also added a couple little elements from the Chasing Dreams collection. And I am going to add something else here in a second. So I'm going to add a couple puffy stickers from the Oh My Heart collection, and then of course I'm going to use lots of the phrase stickers that I'm almost out of that I'm kind of sad about. I love using those. And then I think at this point I'm probably in my mind trying to figure out what I'm going to put on that top card, and I think that's exactly what I'm doing. So I reached for these really pretty stickers from the Oh My Heart collection, and I decided just to spell out Snapchat, which I think worked out perfectly. I was afraid to use those stickers on this spread or spell out a word like that because wasn't sure if it would just be too much, but I actually ended up loving the way that that turned out. Added a little sticker that kind of looks like a banner, and I just cut off the excess. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit of a pop of pink on this card. And I think I'm almost done with this spread, and then I'm going to move on to my layout here in a second. I'm going to add one more little stamping element, and I'm just going to stamp right. I had that StazOn right there. I normally wouldn't use StazOn, but I just added the word today, and I thought that added a cute little element. And I love adding stamping. I don't know. I love watching people add stamping to their layouts, and I really try to add more and more stamping to my projects, or I have been lately. So now I'm just kind of setting them all out for you guys to see, and you will see some final photos at the end. So for my process video, or for my scrapbook process, I am choosing two pictures of my daughter when we first started putting her hair like in pigtails or ponytails, which she did not have long hair enough for us to do that. So we struggled at the beginning. We just would put bows in it, but then she got to a point where it was so much easier to put her hair in a ponytail, and now it's like if it's not in a ponytail, it's in her face. But so this is where we put her hair in pigtails, and I think my mom did actually, and I picked her up one day, and I just loved the way that it looked, and so I just wanted to take pictures of her, and so I am adding two of the same photos, and I love that one is further back and the other one's closer up, and then I'm going to simply just start layering. So I really loved that pop of blue that I just cut from, I think it's either the Oasis collection or the Chasing Dreams collection. Now I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's the Chasing Dreams collection. And I cut it up, but I really wasn't satisfied with just that blue strip. So what I decided to do is get one of my punches, and this is a notebook punch. I think I got it either from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It's probably from Hobby Lobby though. And I simply am going to cut that and add that as just some interest there at the bottom of the photo. And I love the way that turned out. I'm going to adhere that down first because that's my bottom layer, and then I'm going to add the other layers right on top of that. I noticed that pink one was cut a little lopsided, and it wasn't like the look of intentional lopsided, and so I decided to cut that up, and then I'm simply adding my little layers. And I've been loving to like offset my photos and kind of make one tilt. Same thing with my papers. I've been loving to do that as well. So I'm looking at the Maggie Holmes sticker sheet, and I will choose several of the stickers from there. I popped up that one. I love the look of cardstock stickers popped up. And so I'm going to do that a couple of times here. And I also saw these little banners there at the bottom, and I thought it would be fun to add a little cluster there at the top left. And so I will go back and sew that down, and you'll see that in the final photos. This is a very simple layout. I love simplicity, especially more recently. And I don't know, like it didn't take me very long. I think it took me like 17 minutes to do this page, to complete this page. And I don't think I ever stopped. And so, or stopped to do anything. I think I just went straight through. So I love that we can get our pictures scrapped in no time, especially when we're going this simple route. So I thought about adding some more little layers, like adding all three of those pieces, but I decided to go ahead and cut them up and just add them peeking out behind the photo. I love the way that looked. And then I simply added a little heart there. I love those puffy hearts. And I'm going to be sad when they run out. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on my title. So the title of this is going to be Those Pigtails, and right now I'm just going to spell out pigtails since it's the longer word. And I'm just simply going to place those down, and I'm going to end up having to move them a little bit. That's okay. I'm using those thickers from the Oh My Heart collection, which I love. And I try to choose, since they do have a variety of colors, I did try to choose ones that would complement the layout or the work that I had already done. And then I'm simply going to use the gold thickers to say those. And then I'm going to stitch down the pigtails because those are chipboard and they're not super sticky. So I think I'm looking for some last minute details, which I think I was going to use one of those puffy stickers. I decided against it. And then I think I also was going to use one of those Paige Evans Oh My Heart stickers, which I didn't. So I pulled out these Chamel buttons and I added 2 of those. And I love the way that turned out. And I think that pretty much sums up my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next time.